So, I was right. I'm always fucking right. I told you. I covered this on January 23rd, 2025. I told you that this motherfucker is going to circumvent the United States Constitution, the 22nd Amendment, and he's going to run for a third term. And nobody listened. And I'm not alone in this. People like Kyle Kalinske and Hassan Piker and, Midas Touch, we've all been screaming from the fucking hills that this motherfucker is gonna circumvent the 22nd Amendment. And guess what? It's Vindication Day, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking 2 days before American Liberation Day, where we just cripple the U.S. economy. Fucking yay! God, I love being right. Before we dive into this crazy fucking bullshit, let me just remind you to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing. It helps me immensely. If you do want to help the channel financially, because this is actual independent media, I actually don't have funding. I've never had a conversation with an advertiser or a billionaire or a foreign government. If you want to help the channel out, all you gotta do is buy some of this dope-ass merch down below. You could use a 40% off discount on Ground News. You could become a patron on Patreon. You could become a member here. There's a bunch of different ways. So if you want to help me out financially, please do, because that's the only way that this channel keeps on going, and it's how I pay my fucking rent. Beans, stop it. Beans, stop it. My fucking cat is gonna knock over the camera. Get down. Fucking, oh no. Alright, regardless, let's start reading this. So, Before we do this, I just want to talk about something that I covered in January, okay? Which is this fucking demon-looking motherfucker, this laminated face cuck, Andy Ogles, Tennessee's 5th Congressional District. This motherfucker has proposed an amendment to the 22nd Amendment in January, and I fucking covered. You can go back. Where he says this. He wants to amend the 22nd Amendment of the Constitution to say,
no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than 3 times.
And then get this next part is hilarious.
Nor be elected to any additional term after being elected to 2 consecutive terms.
Now, wait a minute. Think about it. Who do you know of that you think for a second? Who served 2 consecutive terms? Obama. So not only are they proposing an amendment that gives Trump the ability to run for a 3rd term, but they made sure to bake into that amendment that Obama can't run against him, because they're not stupid enough to think that Donald Trump could beat Barack Obama in a fucking popular vote. And if you think that, I hate to inform you, you may be brain dead. But let's get to the meat and potatoes here. This is the BBC, so before you come out saying, this is liberal fucking media, this is British. This isn't even American, you fuck. Regardless, can Trump serve a 3rd term as U.S. president? By the way, the reason why he looks down in all of his photos is to hide his dangling turkey neck. You know, he tries to look evil like that, fucking fatty. I know, friendly fire, go fuck yourself. Donald Trump has said he is, quote, not joking about wanting to serve a 3rd term as U.S. president. The U.S. Constitution says that, quote, no person shall be elected more than twice. But some Trump supporters have suggested there could be ways around that. Now, what's funny is that in this situation is the fucking U.S. Constitution, okay? So I never want to hear one of you fucking red hat wearing incel fucking chud brainworm cucks ever bring up the sanctity of the U.S. Constitution ever fucking again. You no longer can say that the Second Amendment is a right gifted by God because it's in the fucking Second Amendment. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. This is coming from me, a fucking gun owner who fully supports the Second Amendment. Why is Trump talking about a 3rd term? Oh, I didn't turn my Xbox off? I should probably turn my Xbox off, regardless. Trump was asked in an interview with NBC about the possibility of seeking a 3rd term and said, quote, there are methods which you could do it. I'm not joking. A lot of people want me to do it, he added. But I basically tell them we have a long way to go. You know, it's very early in the administration. I'm going to read that again. but without the voice so that it hits a little bit more importantly, okay? Trump was asked in an interview with NBC about the possibility of seeking a third term and said, "There are methods which you could do it. I'm not joking. A lot of people want me to do it. But I basically tell them, we have a long way to go, you know? It's very early in the administration." To all MAGA supporters that are watching this, you have to choose whether you are an American or a Trumpian. Do you support the U.S. Constitution or do you support Donald Trump? Those are your choices. Those are your choices, okay? By the way, Jack, Mod, take out anybody who's bringing up weird things about children. That's very strange, and I don't want to hear any of that in my chat. That is very deranged. Immediate permaban. Now, by the way, guys, just to remind you, if you're watching this on YouTube, we make these videos live. We are live right now on YouTube. We got like 205 viewers. If you want to watch these live, make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when these lives start, okay? Trump, who would be 82 at the end of his second term, was asked whether he would want to keep serving in, quote, the toughest job in the country. "Well, I like working," he replied. These were not his first comments on the topic. "I support Donald Trump, asshole. Your fucking channel sucks." So I just told this guy to choose between choosing being American or supporting Donald Trump, and they're choosing Trump. So yeah, guys, if you're ever like confused as per why these people are so fascist, they gave up American values a very long time ago. All they care about is making sure that their big daddy Donald keeps the fucking WWE belt. That's why they're bootlickers. They love him so much. It's pathetic. It's a cult. We've been talking about this for months. Guys, it is a cult. Make America Great Again is a MAGA death cult. Anybody who is still in it is either one of those weird incel losers who just wants to see the world burn, or they're incredibly stupid. And then there's a third option, which is you're violently rich, and because you're rich, you're actually going to benefit off of these policies. But that's it. There is no in between. I mean, you could just look at the chat. You could see how rageful these people are. They are just simply filled with rage and hate. Their lives are terrible. And because their lives are terrible, they want the rest of the world to burn. Regardless, I still want them to have free healthcare. You could hate me while you're in a free hospital and a free university. So, Trump, who would be 82 at the end of his second term, was asked whether he would want to keep serving in, quote, the toughest job in the country. "Well, I like working," he replied. These were not his first comments on the topic. In January, he told supporters that it would be, quote, "the largest honor of my life to serve not once, but twice or 3 times or 4 times. However, he then said this was a joke for the, quote, fake news media. What does the U.S. Constitution say? On the face of it, the U.S. Constitution seems to rule out anyone having a third term. The Second Amendment states, "No person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice, and no person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected president shall be elected to the office of president more than once." Changing the Constitution would require a 2/3 approval from both the Senate and the House of Representatives, as well as approval from 3/4 of the country's state-level governments. Trump's Republican Party controls both chambers of Congress, but does not have the majorities needed. Additionally, the Democratic Party controls 18 of the 50 state legislatures. Well, I don't want to talk about a third term now. Let's see if we can play it.
I don't want to talk about a third term now because no matter how you look at it, we got a long time to go. We have a long time. You know, we have almost 4 years to go, and that's a long time. But despite that, so many people are saying, you've got to run again. They love the job we do. Most importantly, they love the job we do.
Yeah, so again, to any and all MAGA brainworm-riddled chuds in my chat, You have to choose now between the U.S. Constitution and Donald Trump. Now, we know you're going to choose Donald Trump because you're all bootlicking cucks and you're in the MAGA cult. You have the same red hat, you chant the same things, you got the Trump poster behind you, you change your clan tag in Call of Duty to Trump, you call Trump daddy. You're all in a homoerotic relationship with a 78-year-old man, which is why you are all intellectually inferior. But to my leftists out there is hope. Even though this is being proposed, like it says in this article, you still need the state legislatures to vote for it. And states like New York, states like New York, we are never, ever going to vote for that, right? So Donald Trump will not be on the 2028 ballot in a state like New York, even if he's running for president, which would be a constitutional crisis because then he would still win the presidency. And also note how he's talking about a fourth term too. Don't fool yourself into thinking that Trump only wants a third term. Donald Trump wants to be the God King of the United States until his last day. That is what he wants. And that's because Donald Trump does not care about democracy. He does not care about you. He is a fascist, and he has surrounded himself with neo-fascist oligarchs that want to create a form of tech feudalism with a monarch at the top. That monarch being Donald Trump. See, these oligarchs like Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Sundar Pichai, all they want to do is carve the United States into separate districts. Reason being, they all love Curtis Yarvin, also known as Mencius Moldbug, the creator of tech feudalism and neoconservatism, right? And the whole, not neoconservatism, I forgot the other term for it, but the entire point is so that these oligarchs who are like major tech giants effectively have control over the entire economy by making the economy crash, which is what we're seeing right now. And during and after that crash, these billionaires will gobble up every last sector so that they have effective control over the economy. Will they legally be in control of it? No. But if they have control over all of the fucking markets, then yes, they're going to control the economy. But it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and these people will still support it. They will support it until their last day, because every single person in the MAGA death cult is in fact in a cult. You are all in a cult. Anyway, let's keep on reading. Trump supporters say there is a loophole in the Constitution untested in court. They argue that the 22nd Amendment only explicitly bans someone being elected to more than 2 presidential terms and says nothing of succession. So now they're just not even talking about an election. They just don't even want you to have the right to vote because these people are fascists. Under this theory, Trump could be the vice presidential running mate to another candidate, perhaps his own vice president, J.D. Vance, in the 2028 election. If they win, the candidate could be sworn into the White House and then immediately resign, letting Trump take over by succession. This is, I gotta lower my volume for this, actually how Vladimir Putin took control of Russia. This is literally how Putin took control of Russia. When his fucking term limits were over, he was the vice president of the new guy won and then resigned. You motherfuckers are not Americans. You're anti-democratic. You don't represent the vote. What the fuck? What is the matter with you? What is the matter with you? Holy shit. Only explicitly bans someone being elected to more than 2 presidential terms and says nothing of succession. Trump could be the vice presidential running mate to J.D. Vance, and if they win, J.D. Vance steps down and lets Trump just take over. And you support this? Real quick, I'm keeping the chat up for the YouTube video. We're taking a second. MAGA, I know there's a lot of you hate watching chuds in the chat. Do you support this? J.D. Vance running with Donald Trump as the vice president, winning, and then stepping down. Do you support this? Yes? Jack, ban everybody that says yes. Fuck you, Nazis. Fuck you, fascists. Ban everybody that says yes. You're all fucking fascists. You're not even worth my fucking breath. There is no way to save you from this. There's no way to save you. You're gone. You're too far gone. Permaban every single fucking one. Get rid of them. America's gone. America's cooked. America's done. These are not Americans. These people are just cultists. Permaban them. Fucking permaban them. Let's keep reading. Steve Bannon, the podcaster and prominent former Trump advisor, said he believed Trump would, quote, run and win again, adding there were, quote, a couple of alternatives in determining how. Andy Ogles, which is why I fucking have this up, which is why I covered this in January, and you stupid motherfuckers. Sorry, yeah, turn the volume up. My bad. You stupid motherfuckers. I covered this in January, and you guys called me crazy. You know what I think it is? You guys don't think I'm crazy. You know I'm right. And because of that, you have to work overtime to make sure everybody else thinks I'm crazy so that they don't see through your fucking bullshit the way that I do. America's fucking cooked. America's actually fucking cooked. It's over. Andy Ogles, a Tennessee Republican in the House of Representatives, introduced a resolution in January calling for a constitutional amendment to allow a president to serve up to 3 terms as long as they were not consecutive. This would mean that only Trump, of all former surviving presidents, would be eligible. Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush all can serve consecutive terms, while Trump won in 2016, lost in 2020, won again in 2024. Oh my God. I'm asking this again. We're doing this one more time. Jack, you're going to work overtime. MAGA chuds in the chat. Do you support Donald Trump being the vice president of J.D. Vance and then J.D. Vance resigning so that Trump can have a 3rd term? Do you support that? Do you support that? Permaban. 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 Holy fuck. Guys, if you're not watching this live, if you're watching this from YouTube, like in the YouTube video, America is not safe anymore. There are actual fascists who are no longer hiding it. These people in my chat are fascists, whether they know they're a fascist or not. They are comfortable now. Donald Trump has emboldened them. America's fucked. I wish I had like a semblance of hope. I wish I had a semblance of hope, but I genuinely don't. However, the high bar for constitutional amendments makes Ogles' proposal a pipe dream, although it got people talking. Let me turn my mic volume up again, just a little bit there. My apologies. Who opposes a Trump 3rd term? Me! Democrats have deep objections. Quote, this is yet another escalation in his clear effort to take over the government and dismantle our democracy, said Daniel Goldman, a New York representative who served as lead counsel for Trump's first impeachment. Quote, if congressional Republicans believe in the Constitution, they don't. They will go on the record opposing Trump's ambitions for a 3rd term. Some within Trump's party also think it's a bad idea. The Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin of Oklahoma said in February he would not back an attempt to put Trump back in the White House. Quote, I'm not changing the Constitution. First of all, unless the American people chose to do that, Mullin told NBC. Oh my Lord. I'm a Trump supporter, but I don't support a 3rd term. Then you can no longer support Trump. You have to make a choice right now, whether you support the Constitution or Donald Trump, because Donald Trump wants to circumvent the United States Constitution and run for a 3rd and 4th term. That is also in this article. You may be late. You need to choose America or Donald Trump. Choose right now. America or Donald Trump. Choose right now in the chat. Oh my God. What do legal experts say? Derek Muller, an election law professor at the University of Notre Dame, said the Constitution's 12th Amendment says, quote, "No person constitutionally ineligible to the office of president shall be eligible to that of vice president in the United States." So then you would also have to amend the 12th Amendment. You would also have to amend the 12th Amendment. I choose America first. Attaboy 210. You are officially no longer a Trump supporter. Welcome to the OAL, the only Americans left. That means serving 2 terms in office disqualifies anyone from running as vice president. Quote, "I don't think there's any one weird trick to get around presidential term limits," he said. Jeremy Paul, a constitutional law professor at Boston's Northeastern University, told CBS there were, quote, "no credible legal arguments for a 3rd term. Keyword, they're legal. Donald Trump doesn't care about the law. Donald Trump is a convicted felon." Donald Trump and Elon Musk have also been using Doge to illegally dismantle our democracy to the point where there will probably be no federal judges left to charge them with crime. And the thing is, the Supreme Court ruled that the president can't be charged with any sort of crime that he commits while the president. So it's over. It is over. It's over. Has anyone served more than 2 terms? Well, yes, FDR fucking did, because we didn't have goddamn term limits until FDR served 4 fucking terms. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was elected 4 times. He died 3 months into his 4th term in April of 1945. The Great Depression and the Second World War colored Roosevelt's time in office and are often cited for his extended presidency. At that time, the 2-term limit on U.S. presidents had not been written into law. It was instead a custom followed since George Washington refused a 3rd term in 1796. Roosevelt's extended stewardship led to the tradition being codified into law in the 22nd Amendment in 1951. That's the article. I've never been wrong when it comes to talking about Donald Trump being a fascist and the GOP supporting him. You need to make a choice right now, MAGA. And your choice is between America and Donald Trump. You can be a Republican. You can disagree with my policies. But this is not policy. You are supporting rewriting the United States Constitution to allow Donald Trump to run a 3rd term. Nobody else can run a 3rd term. Only Donald Trump. I don't know what happened in your lives to make you so hateful and to want to burn down the world, but things can be fixed. I mean, the Democrats are not perfect. The Democrats are fucking dog shit. I'm a leftist, okay? I'm a democratic socialist. Change can be real. You don't have to burn the world down. It's not going to make you feel better. It's not going to make you feel better. I want to remind you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me out immensely. If you want to help out the channel financially, you could buy some of this merch. You can become a patron on Patreon. You can become a member here on YouTube. You can use a 40% off discount on Ground News. There's a whole bunch of different ways. To those who are watching this pre-recorded on a YouTube video, that's going to be it for the YouTube video. For those who are watching live, we are going to continue the live stream. I'll catch you on the next episode of the Valenti VOD. Have a good one.